Hey, welcome back to the channel for another episode of Growing with the Grovers. It's finally starting to really feel like summer in San Sequoia, so naturally Ayla had to bust out the sprinkler and Jacob is having the time of his freaking life. Would you believe it if I told you that Jacob is actually aging up in 2 days? Y'all, I'm not freaking ready. 2 more days? I feel like we haven't hit a lot of the milestones that I would still like to accomplish, and given the fact that he's going to be aging in less than 48 hours, we really need to focus on the milestones that are most important to us, which is potty training and communication. And it's funny that I mentioned that because we just reached level 3 of the communication skill, and Jacob can now talk. He can talk about toys, he can talk about trucks, he can yell at or say nonsense to others. He can also ask for dessert, and he can learn other socials by increasing other skills as well. There's a few other things in Jacob's symbology that I wanted to share with you, but right now Miss Ayla is feeling ravenous. I wonder why. Oh my gosh. Okay, so can we talk about this for a second? Okay, what is she making? Oh, she's making some garlic noodles. Is that what you're craving, Miss Ayla? Garlic. That's interesting, because when I was pregnant, I craved pickles, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, what else? Chicken wings, but garlic, I never had like any of those weird. Oh no, actually I take that back. I did crave some curry. Okay, I need to pause really quick so I can explain everything to you. So we found out in the last episode that Ayla's pregnant. For many of us, that's really no surprise. I mean, you play silly games, you're gonna win silly prizes, but here's the real hang up that I'm having. Ayla hasn't told Erick yet, and like by now you would have thought she would have like ran to him and like thrown herself in his arms and then told him that they were having another baby, given the fact that, you know, Erick has like actually expressed that he wants that. But for some reason Ayla she can't mutter the words. She just can't tell him. Like, she's keeping this to herself. Why? I don't know. Maybe she's afraid. I mean, actually, you know what? I do know. She's scared. She's scared because of what happened with Jacob, and she feels like Erick and her are in a really good spot right now, and she doesn't want to necessarily jeopardize that. She's more scared to tell her dad than she is to tell Erick, because she already knows Perry is going to fly off of the ever-loving handle and really just rip her a new one, because he never thought in a million years he would ever have to deal with Erick again after he left the first time. But he isn't one to necessarily judge. He'll silent judge. I mean, he is judging. That's just how Perry is. But he was really hoping that Ayla would be able to let this go. And it's funny because a lot of you guys in the comments, you guys were like going in on Homegirl, and I was here for it because a lot of what you guys are saying was true. Anyways, Perry is calling. Of course, we're going to answer. He's wondering if we're still interested in picking up that extra shift at the soul food restaurant that he works at, or that him and Ayla work at. And I'm definitely interested. I'm super duper interested. Are you going to answer, or are you just going to ignore your dad? Like, that was weird. Okay, I'm surprised he held on that long. Yeah, I can probably get there around, I don't know, 7. Erick, is that okay? 7? Yeah, no. All right, I'll see you in a little bit, Dad. All right, I love you. Okay, all right, yeah, got it. Yeah, so we're going to be going to work with Ayla a little bit later. And speak of the devil, it's good to hear your voice, Erick. I wanted to ask you if I should get to know Deborah. Yeah, Mom, I definitely think that you should be more social. Go for it. You know, get yourself a friend. Ayla's suspension is now over and she can register for courses again. Should we have her do that? I don't think we should. I don't want any business in that. Like, I'm legitimately scarred after that last semester, and not to mention with the baby on the way, is it even realistic to still pursue our degree? I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments. Oh my God, buddy, look at you. You are literally freaking filthy right now. Erick, can you get off the computer and come over here and give Buddy a bath? I feel so bad because it's always Erick giving Buddy a bath, but Ayla does need to head to work because we need to be there at around 7. I do really quick want to say goodbye to Jacob. Look at him and his little dinosaur jams. Oh, my sweet boy. It is so sad to me that this is going to be like one of the last few nights that he is going to be in these little jams. I love it. I'm like actually getting teary-eyed. It's so dumb. Like, here we go again. You haven't played this family in 3 weeks, but you're so attached. Like, no, you have no idea. I love this family with my entire heart and soul. The new family dynamic is supportive. Some older Sims have a knack for providing reassurance and emotional support for their younger family members. The older Sim can serve as a good role model, sharing their many life experiences to help guide the younger Sim through life. Recently, it seems like Jacob and Ayla have this type of relationship. When family members have a supportive family dynamic, most Sims will actively provide affection and compliments to each other. The older sim will actively seek to console or cheer up the younger sim, and the younger sim feels comfortable venting complaints or asking for a bit more help. Would you say that Jakob and Ayla have a supportive family dynamic? The part that had me giggling a little bit was the whole like serving as a good role model part. Not that I don't think Ayla is a good role model by any means. I definitely think she can be, and I also think she's a really good mom. Like, she's not perfect, you know, she is very supportive. So I'm gonna say yes. 30 freaking minutes. That's how late Ayla was, and let me tell you, Mr. Perry was not happy about it at all whatsoever. He was like, "Where the hell have you been?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, Dad. I just got caught up with something." And by something, she means she was yakking in the bushes right behind the restaurant because she couldn't contain it anymore. The nerves, and then also the little bit of morning sickness that she's still experiencing was too much for her. And y'all, like, Perry wasn't buying it. He's many things, but one thing he is not stupid. No. He could just smell the stench on Ayla from a mile freaking away. Anyways, we're kind of late to opening the restaurant. It is almost 9 o'clock. That is when we are opening for our second course. And the cool thing is we actually get to play. That's right, we get to play as a chef and a hostess. So let me just show you guys the restaurant really quick before we start opening up the doors. I don't have a name. I do need you guys to come up with a name for this restaurant. Please give me some suggestions down below, and then whatever name I choose will be the official name for the restaurant. Right now we're just going to refer to as the restaurant, or like soul food restaurant, because that's what it's called. So I did create this. I made a whole like video on it and everything. But y'all, this week has not been my week. I went to Vegas. That was a little bit of a ish show, to say the least, and I just haven't been able to like sit down and do the damn voiceover, and I really wanted to film another episode. So I was like, you know what, it's fine, I'll just show everybody in the next ep, and that's exactly what we're doing. So here is our little soul food restaurant. Of course, it does have that like New Orleans vibe. I did want the actual shell to match all of the buildings surrounding this neighborhood, and I think I did a pretty good job. I really like this restaurant, and that was actually one of the suggestions from you guys, was a soul food restaurant, and I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to build it at, so I asked y'all on Twitter, and like 90% of you had said Willow Creek, because soul food, down south, New Orleans, that type of a thing. So when you walk in, this is like the little like reception area where obviously you'll get seated. There's like a couple little business cards, a little thing of water, and then this is like the main dining room. I really love how like simple it is, but also it's just kind of warm and welcoming. I did put a little bit of seating out here, but nothing too crazy, because it is Willow Creek, and 9 times out of 10, when you do actually want to come to a restaurant in the winter, all of the tables inside are taken, and then you're like forced outside, which nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be freezing while they're eating their meal. And then here is the kitchen, or the chef's kitchen. Obviously, this is where all the magic happens. I do have 2 stations in this build because we are actually playing as a chef using, I think, Carl's like Dine Out mod. So if you did want to download this off the gallery at Gen266, it's only going to come with 1 station, but this is just kind of how I have it set up in case you did want to download that mod, so you can also play as a chef. It's up to you. And then if we move upstairs, we have nice big bathrooms where Ayla is probably going to spend most of her shift. Maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see. I do have some like diaper changing tables as well. Finally implemented those into the build. And then over here we have like our little bar. A lot of Sims like it up here. I don't know what it is, but I feel like all the Sims that come to eat here are dining up here, which is fine. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it's not too bad. So anyways, Ayla just threw out their garbage and she's feeling super tired. Obviously she's pregnant, we know this, but I'm gonna have her come back in here. I think Perry was making a cake. He loves to do a little pro bono dish every now and again, but we're gonna open up the doors, and it is 9 o'clock. Okay, cool. So Ayla makes $16 an hour. Her dad is willing to throw a little bit more into the pot, so it'll be more like $20 an hour just because she's coming in for her extra shift. Ayla might have just taken a little piece of that pro bono cake for herself because she's starving and she simply couldn't freaking resist. Please also bear with me a little bit here while we navigate playing as a chef and a hostess, because I actually haven't really done this before. I've played as a chef, like I play tested it, and it's really fun. Like, it's super duper fun. But in terms of what Ayla's going to be doing, I'm not sure. I think she's just going to be kind of interacting with the customers and making sure everybody has has all the things that they need, that their, you know, like glasses are refilled and stuff like that. But let me tell you a little bit about this sim over here. So this is the main hostess. He only makes like $6 an hour, which honestly is very unfair considering Ayla makes a lot more than he does, but that's a completely different like topic of conversation that we don't necessarily need to dive into right now. But over the course of the last few weeks that Ayla has worked here, she's really developed a strong relationship with Adriel. She loves Adriel for his authentic personality. Like, he's the type of dude that will tell you exactly how it is, when it is, and why it is, whether you like it or not. Like, he will serve the truth on a platter, and he does not care about making it silver for you. Here's the thing though that I've noticed: Erick isn't a huge fan of Adriel, and I haven't really figured it out. It isn't that like Adriel would be interested in Ayla, because even though he thinks Ayla is beautiful, he's gay. He's not into women. So I know it's not that reason, but I can't figure it out. And what I think it might be actually is probably because anytime that, you know, Erick and her have had a tiff, like, she'll go to Adriel for the truth. And even though she won't take his advice, it's still nice to hear sometimes. And I think it's a jealousy thing. It's weird. I don't know why Erick's like that. Like, it just doesn't make any damn sense to me. But anyways, Ayla is cleaning up. It looks like Carrie, that's a new one. Carrie is throwing it down in the kitchen. I don't know what he's making. We have quite the menu. I downloaded a ton of like CC recipes so that I was able to make this a true authentic soul food restaurant. It is a little bit late, but typically we close around like 11:30, I would say, on the weekdays, but today is Saturday, so we're gonna be open till 2, which is great. Ayla, you have been washing the same spot on the floor for like the last 20 minutes. It must be nice being the head chef's daughter. You don't really have to worry about getting in trouble. And where are you going now? Is she going to the bathroom again? The restaurant chef Shada needs more training to be able to cook everything on the menu well. To avoid poor quality meals, choose lower difficulty foods and drinks. This is like the third time during this shift alone that Ayla's had to excuse herself to the bathroom because she has felt so damn nauseous. Like, morning sickness is not exclusive to the morning. She needs to clean up this toilet before somebody freaking notices. Actually, I think, oh, our waiter friend's coming to the rescue. Thank you so much. We need to get back downstairs before our dad starts to realize we're gone. I think it's a little too late for that though. Granted, he's very fixated with what he's doing, but he's definitely noticed that Ayla has been a little MIA, okay, and not feeling the best. Like, he can tell that she's super lethargic and just out of energy. She also like helped herself to many slices of cake, which usually isn't her thing. And the last time that his daughter behaved this way, well, he became a G-Paw. So, I mean, he's definitely doing the math silently in his head. Adriel's still taking a couple reservations. We're about to wrap it up here. Oh, there's actually a couple things up here that need to be cleaned. So I'm going to have Ayla go upstairs really quick and just take care of these dishes before they start to pile up. I wish this place had more friendly service. Adriel's over it. He's like, it is almost 2 o'clock, sweetheart. I want to go home. I want to go to bed. I'm done. I'm over it. Yeesh. Okay, let's see what our ratings are. How many customers did we even serve? Okay, we have 2 reviews. I don't want to know what they are. Okay, well, it looks like our growth opportunities are personal touch and service. I'm not sure what personal touch means, so I'll definitely have to read into that. And the meal value is where we excel. That's great. So maybe we could just like rake up the prices a little bit, because if that means that we're underselling, I absolutely, sir, this is not where you do the cowpoke in the middle of the restaurant. Like, we don't do that here. Nope, Ayla's getting down too. Oh my God, what is going on? I think that's our cue to wrap it up and go home. But first, I wanted to look at today's finances report. We were open for a total of 5 hours. We served 2 customers. We earned 189 simoleons. But then if you take into account all of the deductions, we netted 29 simoleons. And then on top of that, we still have to pay Ayla. So actually, we are 70 simoleons in the hole. Perry was wrapping up things in the kitchen when I noticed that he had this feeling protective moodlet. It says, when Perry is around someone he adores, he wants to protect them and keep them safe, which leads me to believe that this man actually knows more than we think he does. Like, I think he has a serious hunch that Ayla might indeed be pregnant. In fact, she's actually going into the kitchen to grab a serving. She's like, hey dad, ready to go? He's like, Ayla, I need to talk to you for a second. She's like, yeah, sure, what's up? He's like, are you sure everything's okay? She's like, yeah, everything's good, dad. He's like, like, come back here, little lady. I need to talk to you you about something. She's like, Dad, seriously, it's totally fine. I think they're gonna go upstairs to talk. Perry actually needs to go to the bathroom. Ayla May, you know you can't lie to your dad. Tell me what's going on. Everything's okay, Dad. I'm just super preoccupied with figuring out whether I should start a new semester at school and Jacob's birthday and just a lot's going on. I'm fine. I promise. You know I would tell you. Yeah, somehow Perry honestly does doubt that inside because he feels like if it's big enough, Ayla might be a little afraid to come clean and tell him what's going on, but he's not going to push the issue. He figures in due time his daughter will end up telling him whatever it is that she's currently going through, but for now we need to give her paycheck. So we're going to give her the 100 simoleons because she earned it fair and square, even though yes, it is going to put us in the hole a little bit. Look at Ayla's eyes. She's so tired. She wants to go home. I can't even believe it's 4 o'clock. They've been talking for like hours. I've been noticing lately that one of Buddy's favorite spots to sleep is on the sofa, and typically Erick would have a serious issue with this dude. Are you constipated? Because he looked like he was straining a little bit there. I guess I didn't need to show that, but I wasn't expecting his legs to be shaking. It's funny because, you know, Erick was never really a dog person until Buddy came along, and they have quite the bond. Like it's been nice watching him step up and take care of him, but I love this pup. I do. And he ages up in 18 days. Speaking of aging up, I got the dreaded notification that it's almost Jacob's birthday. Y'all, I was not prepared for this at all. Like, in fact, I was ill prepared because I really wanted this birthday to be like super duper special, have like a whole theme planned out, you know, invite over our friend Jeremiah, maybe also have him age up. And I don't know how I'm gonna be able to pull that together in this episode because it's literally tomorrow that he ages. I'm sure I'll be able to figure something out, but right now Ayla has bigger things on her mind, like, I don't know, maybe telling Erick that she's pregnant because she's been keeping this a secret for far longer than she should have. But the girl is freaking nervous. Like, she cannot handle another thing being added to her plate right now. Like, she is super duper fragile. Erick made one of Ayla's favorites this morning, and that is some honey banana toast. So we're gonna come over and grab a slice, and then I think after we're done with that, we'll sit down and we'll have a chat. What is Buddy doing? He looks so sad back here. Actually, you know what? Oh my gosh, I forgot to feed the bowl. Did you hear that? I forgot to feed the bowl. I forgot to fill it. So I think I need to get one of those automatic ones. Oh, I also forgot to actually add in that $100 to our bank account from our dad. So I'll make sure that I add that in because I need it right now. We're only at $442. Erick does need to work on his gardening skill. He also does need to hit up the laundromat, but before we get on with today's chores, I think we should probably tell him. And we're getting a phone call right now, and it's, oh my god, we're just gonna have to pretend this never happened because we still don't know where Kyle is. But seeing this man in the towel, just, oh my god, it's doing all the things. It makes me so sad. I miss him. Don't worry, you guys will be seeing Kyle soon. We are so close to reaching level 3 of the potty training skill. I'm definitely gonna have Ayla work on that, but I think now is a better time than any, especially before Erick gets busy, to just drop the bomb. Tell him the news. Why is she so uncomfortable? It's a pregnancy food craving. A nice healthy garden salad will satisfy Ayla's craving for now, so she needs to have a garden salad to make this go away. Because it's been so many days since Ayla found out she was pregnant, we aren't able to share the big news with Erick, so my second best option is underneath paternity testing, and that's just simply telling Erick he fathered Ayla's child. While it's not the most romantic way of coming clean per se, it is one of the ways, the only way that I have at my disposal. So we're gonna go for it, and I'm really hoping that Erick is going to take this the right way. Okay, so Erick's reaction was absolutely not even close to how I thought he was going to react, and I feel like a lot of you were in the comments like, girl, I told you so. A Dalmatian never loses its spots. Like, it is what it is. Once a rat, always a rat. And I'm kind of feeling stupid right now. I'm just gonna pause really quick so I can collect my thoughts. Poor Ayla is underneath the covers, literally crying. Erick left, you guys. Like, he straight up left and took off to his mom's house because he could not cope with the news. Now, we all know that Erick has kind of been playing with the idea of having another baby. It's actually what he wanted. So his reaction, in my personal opinion, is kind of strange. And I was not expecting that at all whatsoever, because if we actually do go into his somology, it says right here that he would be happy to have a child. So why is he reacting the way that he is? Maybe y'all can make sense of it. But basically, Ayla told him, we're having a baby and, you know, you're the dad, like, obviously, you know? So here's Erick's perspective. I want you guys to kind of change the verbiage to fit their situation, because not everything in this text actually fits their present situation. And you'll see what I mean in just a second. So it says, Erick's lover says that Erick is the father of their child. This is not a serious relationship. Well, I think if we translate it into their situation, it is a serious relationship, but they're just not together seriously. Like, they aren't official. So it's kind of weird. A pregnancy was not intended, and Erick doesn't know what to do about it. Follow the calls of responsibility and develop this relationship further, meaning put a ring on it, or make this a hit and run, bail like he always did before. Erick is still too shocked to even think. Now, he knows Ayla isn't wrong, so the last part of this text does not apply, but he is too shocked to think. Like, he took the F off and went to his mom's, of all people. Like, what in the hell are you thinking, dude? Like, stay here, figure it out. And Ayla is just feeling a little traumatized right now, because this is like deja vu. And she really did think that Erick was a changed man. And I actually think he is too. I just think he's in shock. Like, he didn't think it was going to happen like that fast. You know what I'm saying? So Ayla has a tense moodlet, and it says, news badly received. Ayla's lover reacted poorly to being told that they are the other parent of Ayla's latest child. And of course, she is feeling very sad. Ayla is on the verge of crying. Well, she's definitely not on the verge. She's been crying underneath these sheets for like 2 freaking hours, just praying that Erick would come back and make everything okay. But I think he's going to his mom's house to get some advice, or I don't even know why he would ever in a million years go to her house. Like, what is she going to offer him that's going to help? Like, really? Like, let's think about this. It's Linda. Anyway, I'm going to have Ayla come in here and spend some time with Jakob, because no matter how sad she is, this little boy always makes her feel better. And we need to come over here and potty train him too. And I think I know what I'm going to do for his birthday. Over at the community center, there is a really nice spot. I think it's already decorated too for birthday parties. I think that's what we're going to do. Just given the circumstance and situation, we just don't have a lot of money to spend to be able to actually afford a big birthday. But we're going to figure it out, y'all. Like, Ayla's got herself in this situation, and I'm so scared to read the comments, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Like, I don't care. I'm going to stand by this woman no matter what. Erick went to his mom's house for some advice, but as you can expect, the advice is not helpful at all. Just to be honest with you, Linda's not doing so great. She's currently spending most of her days just posted up on the couch, watching trashy television, and basically drinking away all of her money. Erick didn't pay his mother a visit because he has some sort of growing concern for her mental health and well-being. It's honestly just because he needed somebody to talk to. Just being in this environment where he grew up, it's bringing back a lot of memories. It's also painting a picture of the man he doesn't want to be. He wants to be a father, a stand-up father, a role model to not only Jakob but the baby on the way. And yes, there's even a huge part of him that's afraid that what Linda told him once upon a time will become true. So there's that. He's just literally running away from his past, but he's also running back to his past. Now, Erick isn't stupid. He definitely senses something isn't right with his mom, because over here I do actually have a moodlet that says sad. Something's not right. Erick has a horrible feeling that something isn't quite right with his mom. I'm still wondering why, out of all the places Erick could have came to clear out his mind, this is the place that he chose. I'm sure somewhere deep down it is making sense. Maybe it's, again, the inspiration he needs to get his ish together, or at least keep it on track. Who really knows? But if you watch the speed build of Linda's home, then you probably have a better understanding of most as to why Erick is the way that he is. And furthermore, if you've watched Linda's creative sim, then you really have a grasp of what this poor man has been through. Granted, only he has the power to change it. So Linda went to lay down. She isn't feeling that good. I mean, I'm sure the EAPAs didn't help, but I did want to give you guys a quick little tour of the home. So here we are in Erick's childhood home. This place has been a source of happiness and just hell for him. This is his room. As you guys probably know, I've mentioned this before at least, Erick had an aspiration to become like a famous musician. So he would always like play on the drums and strum on his guitar. And then later in life, it became a source of distraction while, you know, his parents were fighting. It was a way that he could drown out the noise. anyways, we go back here. This is a place where Erick and his dad would spend their summers. He actually taught Erick how to swim in this very pool. So to see it infested with mosquitoes and just covered in moss is very sad. It's super sad, actually. This house is completely and utterly like fallen apart since he's seen it last. When he did take his mom to the burger bar, he didn't step foot inside, but he honestly regrets ever coming in here, because just to see it this way it's reminding him that he never wants his children to feel what he felt, and to know that he's actually a source of some of that pain kills him, because I'm sure in some way Jakob might be young, but I'm sure he was affected by, you know, his dad's absence. Anyway, I don't want to get into that right now. I think Erick's gonna have another smoke because he is feeling so stressed. I was thinking maybe he could, you know, bang it out one last time on his drum set, but I wanted him to come over here and take some of the carrots that he harvested and plant them for Linda. That way she actually has like a source of food. We have a peeping Tina coming in, so I needed to go and take care of that really quick. I will be right back. Okay, crisis averted. That's the one thing about Wicked Whims. Some weird things will happen if you're not watching, so you absolutely have to be on top of it. But after we're done planting the carrots, I do want to clean up the pool, at least give Linda a nice safe space so she can relax. I would love if we could actually completely just renovate and refurbish and restore this home, but we just don't have that time, nor do we have the money. It looks like Linda woke up from her little cat nap and she is making what appears to be, ooh, that looks like some stir fry. I don't know what she's making, but it looks pretty good. Either that or it's like completely rancid. And of course she left it on the freaking stove. What is she? Oh, she was making some tortilla wrapped veggie dogs. Ooh, let's come in here and help fix that. Like, that's another thing. I swear I'm surprised that Linda hasn't like just had this whole house go up in flames, because she's very forgetful too when she's cooking and stuff. Like, she'll leave something there. She'll leave it. She'll leave it and forget all about it, like coffee cups and mugs and, you know, things on the stove. It's kind of dangerous, actually. I don't think Erick realized how far gone his mom is, and it's actually really sad to see, because she's been living alone like this. It's been several hours since Erick left, and I think he definitely owes Ayla a little bit of an apology text. So I want to go over and I want to send her a text just letting her know that I'm safe and I'm okay, and ultimately apologize for how I reacted earlier, because she absolutely didn't deserve that. And he's going to tell her he loves her, because he does, and he's feeling extremely guilty for the way that he treated her, not just now but even in the past. So he finished up that veggie hot dog for her mom. I'm gonna bring it to her. I don't think she's gonna actually eat this. I'm gonna wake her up anyway, because she does need to eat. She's clearly freaking starving, and she needs to get some meat on her bones. So are we able to actually bring this to her? I think we can. Okay, go bring that to your mom real quick. Oh, I love how he's actually asking her to eat. That's so sweet. Where did he put it though? I think he put it somewhere. She'll be able to find it, I'm sure. Let me see if we could really quickly come out here and clean up the pool. That's another thing that Erick told Ayla. He's just like letting you know that, you know, he got distracted. I mean, it's bullshit, whatever, but he is telling her that he got a little distracted with helping his mom take care of some chores around the house. But we're gonna clean this, and I don't know if there's anything else that we need to do. I was thinking of maybe just spending the night, since Oasis Springs is kind of far from San Sequoia, and I also really want to get my hands on that drum set. Like, he's a little bit rusty. He hasn't played the drums in a very long time, but it'd be kind of cool to see him try. So let me just really fast get in here, add a little bit of chlorine to the pool. How do I do this? Like, how did I get it messy in the first place? Okay, there we go. That actually looks a lot better. And then we can get rid of these damn mosquitoes. And for now, at least the pool is slightly rejuvenated. We could also probably pick up some of this trash back here just to help out a little bit. Linda used to actually sell her crafts. That's another thing you probably didn't know about her. She was really heavy into like knitting and crocheting and things like that. And so, yeah, she used to actually sell her crafts. She has a bunch of craft supplies over here, but she hasn't done it in a really long time, which is really sad to see. I don't know if there's any other trash back here. Actually, it's pretty clean for the most part. It is out here that is like super duper messy. We don't really have a lot of time to fix all this, but I will at least get the trash in the bin, and we'll worry about all this other stuff later. Freaking Linda's truck is so dirty, and she hasn't actually like driven or like used this in a really long time. I mean, there's a part of me that thinks she probably never will, and I should just take it, but yeah, we'll leave it. And then I think I'm gonna just get rid of this kids clutter too, and I'm gonna pull the drum set forward so that Erick can actually get access to it. Keep in mind, it's been years since this boy has played the drums, but I actually think he doesn't sound too bad. I've probably already mentioned it, and it's probably obvious by now, but Erick decided to spend the night, and him and his mom actually had a very good talk, which led him into seriously considering a very huge life decision. And that life decision is to propose to Ayla. So they were doing a little bit of like online shopping, and it looks like there is a ring that is available for purchase. But the only thing is it's about 500 simoleons. His mom did offer to put half towards it. I do want to maybe get something a little bit nicer for Ayla. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a second, but I'm also going to have Linda wake up and she's going to make some breakfast. Here we are on the engagement rings website. So we have a few different options in front of us, ranging from 500 simoleons all the way to 20,000 simoleons, which we will never be able to afford, at least in Erick's lifetime. So if you're wondering what mod this is actually a mod by Zero, which allows your Sims to purchase engagement rings. They can even pass them down as like family heirlooms and things like that. I'll be honest, I just discovered this mod and I haven't had a lot of time to explore it, but before this video goes up, I will be posting a review on the mod, since this is something I've wanted for a really long time. But hey, at least I'll get to explore it a little bit here with you now. So 500 simoleons is what we currently have. Erick is about to head off to work. At a bare minimum, I would really want to at least try to get the elegant unity band. It just seems a little bit nicer than the simple love circle. I'm sure Ayla won't care. And if you're wondering what happened to our previous engagement ring, well, obviously Erick ended up selling it because Ayla said no, there was no reason to keep it. Poor Linda is just, she's feeling all the things right now. Like, she just feels so gross. I'm gonna have her come over here and take a shower. Oh my god, Erick, are you seriously lighting up a cigarette in the freaking bathroom? I was gonna have her come and make breakfast, but I don't really think she's in the mood right now, so I'm going to actually have Erick come over here and cook some, simple eggs and toast. Nothing too crazy. It's 10 simoleons. That seriously leaves us like 500 simoleons to purchase the ring. Gosh, I don't know. Should we purchase the ring? I don't think, honestly, Ayla's gonna care very much if it's just a cheap $500 ring. I mean, we have the baby and stuff that we need to be worrying about. Also, we have to be setting up for Jacob's birthday, and I think Erick really wants to get Jacob a bicycle, so there's just a lot of things happening right now. I'm a little surprised by the fact that Erick decided against inviting Linda to Jacob's birthday. I would think this would be a really great way of introducing him to his grandmother, but also I completely understand because Linda does have the tendency to be a little off kilter, a little off the rails, and so he doesn't really want his son's like 5th birthday or whatever birthday it is to be an ish show. So anyway, we're gonna wrap up these eggs and toast. I'm thinking that we're still gonna pull the trigger on the $500 ring. I again would love to be able to afford something more, but that's just not in the cards for us. I also forgot I need to have Erick take a vacation day today, and that actually needs to happen stat because he's supposed to be in at 9, so he's calling like 10-11 minutes before his shift. I'm sure his boss will totally appreciate that, but we need to be there for Jacob's birthday. So I'm gonna resume these eggs and toast. I also need to price a bicycle. I think that's what we're gonna buy because I think it'd be amazing to actually teach Jacob how to ride a bike. I can't even believe we're talking about that. Like, what the fuck? I apologize for swearing, but that's how the emotions are real. Like, I cannot believe he is going to be a child and we're gonna be teaching him how to ride a bike. Speaking of bikes, 100 simoleons for the Mountain Trailblazer Junior Plus. Yes, sign me up for that. We'll buy that when we get back home. I'm a little surprised by Erick that he still has the goal to propose to Ayla, especially after what had happened last time and the fact that he just disappeared yesterday. But he did get a chance to talk to Ayla, and it seems like everything for the most part has blown over. So let's purchase the Simply Love Circle for 500 simoleons. Congratulations, your commitment just got a lot shinier. With the purchase of our enchanting engagement ring, our jeweler gnome worked diligently to craft this exquisite symbol of your affection. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for choosing us to be a part of this joyous moment. The ring can be found in your Sims inventory. I'm gonna give Linda 250 simoleons, so that would be like part of her half reimbursed because remember, she said that she would put up half for the ring, and I know it doesn't leave her much, but we're gonna take it. So we're gonna add that, and then once we get back home, I'll deduct the other 250 out of our actual household funds, and then somehow, some way, we'll be able to find 100 simoleons just laying around to purchase Jacob his bike. But we also got this this buff here that says following the code. And this one definitely gave me a little tickle in my bum because I'm like, really? Like this, just the math ain't mathin', but hear me out. It says, Erick is staying true to all of his loved ones. Solid relationships are not built on lies and deceit. It's the last part that definitely had my panties in a twist because the whole like lies and deceit thing was literally what their foundation was built on in the beginning. But you know what? It is what it is. We got it. We worked through it, whatever. But here is our engagement ring sitting pretty in our inventory. It says engagement ring, simple love circle. An engagement ring can be used to propose to another sim. The estimated value is 500 simoleons. We can do a few things with this engagement ring. We can personalize it. You're lying. We can personalize the engagement ring. That's sick. And then we can wear it. Well, if it was gifted or inherited, I guess, obviously, if it was given to us, but that isn't the case here. We can even sell it in case, you know, maybe Ayla gets cold feet again, which is what happened the first time. And we can also destroy it in like a fit of rage. That's crazy. I love that. This is what it looks like to personalize the engagement ring. It says, give this engagement ring a new name and engrave an inscription. Give a name to the engagement ring, to my beloved. Engrave an inscription. Bound by heart, sealed by fate, our everlasting adventure begins. Oh my God! I kind of want to go with this. I love it. Okay, actually, you know what? He isn't going to propose right now. He's going to propose later at Jacob's birthday party. Maybe, right? Is that a bad idea? Tell me it's a bad idea. Gosh. Okay, so what I think is going to happen is we're going to go to Jacob's birthday and we're going to start the celebrations. But in the next episode is where we're going to propose and things. So what I think is I'm going to need you guys to give me an idea on how Erick could really drive home that personalization. Like he wants it to be super heartfelt. He wants it to really tug at Ayla's heartstrings and just embody everything that he truly feels for Ayla. Can somebody tell me if this has always been a thing where you're able to actually filter out locations by the world? I swear I've never seen this before, but then again, I don't really host a lot of events, but let me know because I feel like I'm tripping over here. Like, is this real? is this new, or is it just me? I am so terribly sorry for how I acted yesterday. I hope you can forgive me. I just want you to know that there is nothing more that I want in this world than you, our baby, and our family. You mean everything to me, Ayla, and I'm so sorry that I didn't show it to you. It's kind of crazy, actually, how much Ayla's body is already changing. Like, her tatas are ginormous. She's starting to get a little bit of a belly, and the crazy part is we're not even in the second trimester yet. So this is happening really, really quickly. Jakob is also starting to sense something is going on, and he's been super duper clingy, very affectionate, and I don't know, I love it. But anyway, that birthday party, okay, that birthday party cost 100 simoleons, and we still need to pay back our mom 250 for the engagement ring, which leaves us with 100 simoleons. Are you kidding? You're lying. Actually 90, which isn't going to be able to cover the cost of the bike nor be able to give us enough simoleons to make a cake. So I'm gonna have to figure out something because I think the birthday starts, I want to say around 4 o'clock or so. I'm not entirely sure, but we do have a couple things in the inventory that we can actually sell. Maybe not really. There's some garlic noodles here. If anything, we actually need to clean out our inventory. I know Erick's inventory is looking like a freaking buffet at the moment, but we do have a couple of carrots we can sell, and not the carrots that are on a ring, but like actual carrots, and that will give us 36 simoleons, so it will give us enough to purchase the bike. I don't recall how much it's going to cost to make a cake, but we're gonna do that too, or we can actually just get one delivered. I don't have to spend that much money. I don't even have to, well, what am I even saying? Ayla literally works in the culinary career. There is no way in hell that she is going to miss the opportunity to bake her son a birthday cake. So let's get into the granny's recipes, dive into desserts. I do think there are some custom cakes here. Otherwise, it might be in the Braising Lotus cookbook. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so the famous birthday cake, I might actually make that. Last time we ended up making a whalebert cake. That was really delicious. Or we could do something like an angel strawberry cake. I know everybody's gonna love that. If it was up to me, I'd be making all the things. See, we have 156 simoleons because Erick sold the pipe, not that pipe, but like an actual pipe. But we're going to make this birthday cake here, and it's only going to cost 30 simoleons, so that's not too bad. And then I'm going to actually have Erick come over here and purchase the bike. Right now they're just discussing the plans for today. Oh, finances are seriously so tight, and both of them called out of work today. Well, hopefully we'll still get paid. But yeah, mountain bike, 100 simoleons. Let's do it. I don't know if we could put this in our inventory and actually gift it to Jacob, but I sure as hell hope so, because that would really put a monkey wrench in my plans. Ayla, you need to put down Jacob. Like I said, super duper clingy. I mean, I get it. This is like the last day that we're going to be able to hold him in our arms, and I am so sad about it. Why are you putting him out there on the freaking porch while it's raining? Make it make sense, Mama. Make it make sense. So besides the birthday cake, what else do we need for this party? I would assume maybe ordering like a pizza or two. I think we can only afford one. We're going to get pepperoni because that is both Jacob and Ayla's favorite. But if it was up to Erick, we would be getting some Canadian bacon with pineapple. I know a lot of people say pineapple does not belong on pizza, and while I used to agree, have you tried it? Like, have you tried it? Because it is really freaking good. I'm not sure one pizza is going to be enough for the whole fan bam, so I have Erick over here like searching and digging through the laundry pile, hoping he can find some spare change that he might have left. And look at that. He had 60 simoleons just lingering around in his trousers. That's crazy. So let's go back over and order another one. We're going to get the Canadian bacon one because, you know, I mean, come on, like we got to do that. Otherwise, maybe like a kebab pizza or like a sweet corn too would also be delicious. And there's even just plain cheese, which I mean, I guess that would please the masses, but we're doing Canadian bacon. Let me see about that. Oh my god, Ayla, dude, we actually have to freaking go. What are you doing? Why are you sitting here chatting with Buddy? Like, we have an hour until we have to leave. Like, girl, get a freaking move on. I could have sworn I set this event at 4 p.m, but clearly I didn't, so now we don't even have a freaking birthday cake. We're gonna have to fix that somehow. But Erick has discovered something new about himself. Erick has enjoyed spending time with family recently. It's become very important for him to bond with his family should he embrace the change that he is family oriented. I'm gonna say yes. So this is where we're gonna be hosting Jacob's 5th birthday party. It does feel a little bit strange to say Jacob is turning 5 because in theory I really don't know how old he's turning. So let me know in the comments down below when your toddlers age up into children, what number or what age pops into your head. I really love Kayla's rec center, so if you're wondering where you can get it, you can find it on her gallery at Little Simsy. Over here we have like a table where I guess you're supposed to, where you could put gifts and things. I think this is where we're gonna actually put down the pizzas. There is a little present pile here where I have Erick and Ayla throwing in a couple more gifts for Jacob, and then over here we have like a little bar area where we can serve some adult beverages, and then of course this like super scary sad clown painting, which I'm sure Jacob will totally appreciate. But I am going to pause really quick and get everybody upstairs. Now they'll probably be all over the damn place because Sims just have this knack for not listening, but at least I'm gonna try. So we're gonna just throw these over here like this. I think it's facing the right way, and hopefully both of those will fit. Yay, that looks so cute. And we still have a ring in the inventory. Don't want to drop that. But I'm gonna see if Ayla can go downstairs and make a cake. It won't be the same cake that we made earlier because I don't actually have the cookbook that allowed us to make that cake on site, but we'll be able to come up with something else. And she is showing like so much. I wasn't expecting that. I'm actually kind of nervous that Perry's gonna guess it, and he would freak the frick out. I just took the footage into my video editor, and we're at 50 minutes. A part of me wants to continue on and at least age Jacob in this episode. Oh, but the other part of me is like 50 minutes. I don't know. Is that too long? It is long, but I haven't given you an episode in like 3 weeks, so I think we should just at least age him up. Yeah, maybe. Erick's coming downstairs to see how Ayla's making out with the birthday cake. Like I said, everybody is just doing their own thing here, which is fine. I think Jacob is upstairs. He's hanging out with G-Paw. Hi, G-Paw. That is so cute. They haven't seen each other in a really long time. I'm actually super excited to see his relationship with his grandfather as he gets older. I'm gonna help Jacob out a little bit and just kind of cheat his bladder. Okay, I was like, why isn't that working? How come you can't like interact with your grandpa? Okay, I want him to pick me up. Yep, absolutely. Is there anything else that we can do up here? Like nobody birthday is up here right now. I think Ayla should be just about finished with that cake. She's baking it right now. Hopefully Ayla puts that down and she doesn't end up eating it, because those pregnancy cravings, they are not a joke. Woo! Okay, Erick has just earned $160 on his day off. I swear, I'm so envious of people who can make super duper cute little birthdays and everything goes flawlessly, because I mean, every time I host a party, I feel like everybody's just doing their own thing. So we're gonna make the best of it. We are just about to have a little Jacob age up. I'm glad that everybody that's super important to us is here, except for, of course, Kyle, but we're not gonna talk about that. All right, happy birthday, little one. Jacob is aged up. Select an aspiration and trait to replace Charmer. See, here's the thing. I want to say that Jacob has the ability to be a social butterfly, but I feel like he's kind of been more of like a recluse. Like, he's very to himself. I did notice that he seems to really love to play with blocks and read and things like that. So maybe we should lean more towards the mental aspiration, make him a whiz kid. Choosing a trait is also kind of tough because I'm not really sure what his trait would be. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just choose bookworm, and then y'all can give me some suggestions, and then we'll replace it in the next video. But for now, I think that's what we're gonna go with. He has a very, 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 very interesting looking haircut, but oh my god, he's kind of freaking out. Don't mind Jacob, he's feeling really, really hangry right now. That is one thing about him. He has never played when it came to his food. Like, if he's hungry, you're gonna know. I'm definitely gonna give him a makeover, because this ain't working for me. Like, the paint splashed pants and the weird little mullet thing, not a vibe. But anyways, you guys, I'm actually gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode here, because in the next episode we are going to be popping the big question, and I don't know what Perry is saying to Ayla right now. But I'm sure it is something pretty cheeky, because that's just the way that he rolls. But anyways, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and if you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
We're in trances, going all to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances, empty-handed?